Hello everybody, welcome. My name is Alice3, and today we are going to be playing Doki Doki Literature Club. Yes, that is the game we will be playing. While we play this game, I hope you all enjoy it. Before we get started, hey Clash and Clash, how you doing? Before we get started, I would just like to say, this will be an episodic series. I will be playing separate episodes of the series, and I will leave them on my channel, so if you happen to miss an episode, you're more than welcome to join in and watch them again. Second thing, I started a Discord server, and that is going to be in the description. If you want to join in, you're more than welcome to, and if you would like, you're welcome to come stream with us sometimes. But, for now, the most important thing is I'm mainly going to be reading this, so I'm not going to spend as much time as I normally do talking to the commenters. Alright? Everybody here clear with that? Clash and Clash, I'm counting on you to let people know that I can't talk as much as I used to, and everything I just said now at the beginning. Thank you. Alright, let's play some Doki Doki Literature Club. Oh yeah, one more thing. I'm going into this completely blind. No idea what this is. People just said, hey, you should play this. And I guess I am. All I know, it's a dating sim with a twist. Alright, I'm gonna read this. Alright? Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me and from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waking up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Yeah, you say that you were like, you say that like you were thinking of ignoring me. That's mean, Alan. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or anything. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have any need to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Alan, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you'd join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure. It's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's talking about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content on getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. This main character's me, guys. Holy shit. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Yep, that's really me. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? No, I don't trust you at all. Look at this little shit. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised to let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. I'm not sick. I might be high because I'm playing this game, but no, I'm not sick, Isaac. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or she's so cunning to have it planned all this out. A little long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! We're on an adventure, guys. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for the third year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Wait, isn't that Sayori? Shit. I'm gonna get these two confused a lot. Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Alan, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? Tsundere right here. If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is probably Natsuki, is the one I didn't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. They look a lot alike. I'm gonna be real. I don't know if you guys can say if you agree with me or absolutely disagree, but that's what I say. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then she turns back to the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears to be comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. It sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Alan. That's so weird saying my name. Oh, crap, what did I do? Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically, completely out of my league. Completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels... You too, Monika. Come, sit down. We've made room for you at the table, so you can come sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then, how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Oh, is this where I get to sacrifice myself to Satan? Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with the icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, and I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is so sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you, you know, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading may not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Damn, Chris. Hurts my feelings, dude. Anyways. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how we prepare our events. You know, honestly, I'm going to show that. They do have shit eyebrows, I agree with you, Sabian. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make it something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all their effort into start something brand new. Especially when it's especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. What? Oh. I can just make it disappear. That's cool. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everybody? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everybody enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted at the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Alan, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Okay, this would be Isaac. You just hear somebody say, like, anime? From the back of the room, and you just see Isaac poke his head up from across the class. It's like, did somebody say anime? It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Ah, I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp at something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh? Why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes start over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you only like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. No! This is bad! Bad touchy! I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. That is the face of a person who does not like talking. I guess it's the same for you, Yuri. Aw, I want to read everybody's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. Oh, that was not enthusiastic enough. Let's try that again. Okay! I have an idea, everyone. Question mark. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzingly at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we'll meet, we'll share them all with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's... Oh my god! Oh boy, voice cracks. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now we have a new member. I think it will help us to get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Alan? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth what's been on my mind since the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Alan, you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Alright, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes! I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really came here for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then, that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Alan, I look forward to seeing how you expressed yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my midcore writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Alan, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home walk home together anymore, because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart from the club room and make our way home. Straight up, I would go to the club for free food. Like, you go there, they're like, they got fucking cupcakes. I'd walk by, say, hey, how you doing? I'll take all them cupcakes and go home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. At the current moment, I'm going for Yuri. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Do I actually get to write a poem? I hope to God I get to write a poem. I don't have that kind of money, dude. I'm scared. Oh, Kawaii will impress the tsundere. Okay. Aura would probably impress her. Afterimage would definitely impress Yuri. So screw the friend chick, and screw the tsundere. I'm not a tsundere chick, and I'm not into lollies. So it looks like I'm going down with Yuri here now. So Afterimage, dream, horror, destiny, music. Damn it. Vertigo. Adventure. Extraordinary. Daydream. Oh shit, I'm screwing up. Contamination. I don't know what that is. Melancholy. Heaven Sent. Hopeless. Oh shit. How did that do it for her? Boop? I had to pick Boop. Come on, guys. It's Boop. Ambience. Secretive. Doki Doki! Nah, I'm good. Agonizing. Frightening. Grief. Shit. Vanilla. There's Disray. Hi again, Alan. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha 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 ha! Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everybody else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Alan. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Oh shit, I'm not doing the voices. Making you dive headfirst into the literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you just plan to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for somebody who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys! Alan always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, Sayori, that's because your room's so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might even be a little jealous. How come? You and Alan can become really good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh! Yuri brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Oh. Don't be shy! It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind! Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. Alright. Look, I'm such a good friend, you know, I do all the stuff like cleaning her room, like specifically the panties where I go, I help with the cooking, you know, especially with the cookies because I get to eat them, and, yeah, it's good stuff. It's good shit, guys. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. And it'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it, if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you! I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Is this where we get into a demon circle and start chanting to our glory god Cthulhu? Guys? Anything? No? Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more, but at the same time, I'd feel bad for distancing her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing that I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. I was focused. Then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyways? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Ooh, vampires! There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she desperately needs to choose. She needs to desperately choose who she trusts. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Ha ha ha! Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Alan? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just those kinds of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. I feel like she did. Like, she said, I'm not going to spoil anything. And then she told me the entire story. So, you know, that kind of stuff. Straight up, this girl, dream girl, right there. Books, movies, anime, whatever. Marry me. Here's my ring pop. Let's go. Date time now. So sorry if I ended up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? I'm gonna read this whether you like it or not. You gave this shit to me, you idiot. I'm gonna read it from start to finish, and then I'm gonna tell you it's shit. Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Oh no, I unplugged my mouse. Let me just fix that. Hello? Please don't tell me I have to use the touchpad. Okay. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distancing you or anything. Alright. I open up the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Oh shit, what did I do? I'm gonna save the game, in case I screw everything up. Maybe a little distracting, but feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? She's Canadian. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's against Yuri's, then hold my book between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes a page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds you of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's a bit more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all the things she says and does. It's like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of your mannerisms. I see. I think that's an insult. That's just mean. What the hell? Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Alan, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that... Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry. I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant it as kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Shit. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish off the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright! I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book. That never works! You always lose your goddamn page, and it sucks. God damn it, I unplugged my mouse again. Then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. God damn it. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers on a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuri and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Guys, this is an important damn decision. I'm not doing this one by myself. You guys are gonna have to vote for this one. Who should I talk to first? My friend for the longest time? Natsuki, the little girl? Yuri? Or Monica, the good girl? Yuri, the tsundere? No, that's not tsundere, it's the one that's a lamp. Whatever. And Sayori, my home dog. What do you guys think? I'll wait for you. I'll wait a little bit, but if you guys don't pick, I'll pick for myself. Anyways, we got 1 vote for Monica. I'll wait a little bit longer for another vote. If there's no others, I'll just go on to Monica. Alright. Alright, I guess we're picking Monica. Alright, Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poems, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi, Alan. Having a good time so far? I don't know what to do for her voice, goddammit. Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. God, I can't do British, that sounds awful. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. It's much better off to... I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. I hate how she does that. She's like over here in my field of vision, and then she teleports. Don't worry, Alan. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Alan. I was going to ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everybody's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Ha ha ha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of its nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and try and learn by trying new things. I'm sure it'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way that everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Alright. Hole in the wall. Couldn't have been me. See, the direction the sparkle protrudes, a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It wasn't too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Is this the bullet hole in my body? Am I just looking through my bullet holes? So, what do you think? It's very free form, if that's what you would call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Haha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a dark puddle of ink. So move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Man, she sounds like an automated machine. Alright, I'm gonna talk to Yuri next. But first, actually, you know what? You guys vote. I'm gonna go get a drink. When I get back, there better be a vote for somebody there. Okay? Be back in 3 seconds or something. Alright, I'm back, and I've also got a dog. Zoe, come here. Come on up. She's gonna sit here and play this game with me, okay, guys? Sit down, Zoe. Matt says Yuri, so we're gonna talk to Yuri. ... As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional! What was that? Question mark. Did I say something out loud? No, goddammit. Yuri first covers her mouth, but ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. So sit down. Get down. I don't want you to be here now. You're annoying. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates that you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoughtfully. Thoroughly? What? Thoroughly. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's that there are the specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick it up. I think that the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. Therefore, there are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not that just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with patience, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, but... Biased? How? Well... Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure Yuri's apologizing to herself, or me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. This must be the one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last, yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. It's actually pretty good. I'm so sorry I have such terrible... Are you kidding me? What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think of your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really, really glad you like it. To be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Alan. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you only did glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to as a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Alan. Me too. I'm gonna do the best for me. Screw you, I'm doing it for myself. Alright guys, votes again. Sayori or Natsuki? I'm gonna save here while I wait for that. Well, currently, I'll probably stream till about 11:30. Anybody who's watching, you're welcome to join my my Discord, which is in the description. Please check out Matt's channel. He made the thumbnail for this. It was very nice. And yeah, let's see what guys want me to do. If you guys don't vote, I'll pick for myself. But that's some good OJ. Alright. I'm gonna read it to Natsuki since you guys took a little while. Sayori's my homie. I can't talk to her right now. But Natsuki? Tsundere's? They always have the funniest reaction. Okay, so... I'll actually explain that. I do like Yuri the most, but coming down to it, it would probably be Natsuki, because Tsundere's are hilarious, Sayori, and Monica. But, so that means I have to do Natsuki. If you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. Wait, what? Harsh. What? Do you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about, huh? Fine. Well, sorry. You get better anyways. I'd like to tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyways, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. This is kind of depressing. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Sorry, I had a bit of a shutdown there for a sec. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Yeah, that's really depressing. Jesus. Yeah? I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just to be honest, I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in the high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point for poems to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! I like when it's easy to read but hits you hard, like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing is about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did! Ah shit, what did I do? I guess more went into this than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro! I'm glad you learned something. I didn't expect it to be from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. Don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, I'll start Shiori. This is a good poem, Alan. Are you sure this is your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you were right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but it doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Alan. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do. Thanks, Shiori. I'm not sure if Shiori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold on to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes it feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I'd sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Am I missing something? Shiori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, that at least makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? That sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast! Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever! Well, I guess I look forward to it. Alright. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone's judging me from my midcore writing abilities. Is it midcore or midcore? Whatever. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Shiori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns to the poem, to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say that it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. It just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean I have to try that hard to to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Shiori liked it, and Alan did too. So based on that, I'd gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Unless I, of course, come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Alan liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Alan appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And that's how. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the only one who... I'm not reading that aloud. You guys can read that yourself. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... That doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys! Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true! She started it! If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have them figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Alan. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey our complex feelings and meaning to the most efficiently. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary limiting yourself, it is also a waste. You understand that, right, Alan? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's gonna be... Help me! Help! Oh shit, I'm supposed to be reading. Sayori, yeah? Everyone's fighting and making Sayori super uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Alan, well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a suck-up jerk she's being. Oh! She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give so many feelings with just a few words. You want to be mod, Chris? There you go. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well... Also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big... Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monika stands between her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. And this is why Sayori is the vice president. I whisper to Monika. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things. But I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't it? Isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. Excuse me? You can count on me. Monika smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good present, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. Oh, God, I can't do those voices, but I have to. How about all we feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun! Well, I would say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Alan, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was neat to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can do a better job of impressing those who I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Ah! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Eh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Alan, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught in the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as internal monologue sometimes. Okay! Yeah. Let's do this! Alright. This is the time I'm going to cause it to save and call it for this stream, okay guys? I hope you enjoyed watching. I'm going to leave this one listed, so if you missed this episode, you can come back and watch it. If anybody who's interested in talking with me and a couple of my other friends, we're going to be in the Discord server that I have in the description. You're welcome to join if you'd like. And I wish you all a great night. Yeah. I'll see you guys later. Bye.